Hey there, welcome back to Just a Dude podcast. It is December 20th, 2024. I'm your friendly neighborhood dude who's here to break down the biggest stories in this week's news. We're diving deep into what's happening around the U.S. and why it matters. Today's episode is called Just a Dude in the News because, well, that's exactly what this is. Grab your coffee, sit back, and let's get started. Let's kick things off with what's been dominating the headlines, the potential government shutdown. The House of Representatives rejected a funding bill proposed by President-elect Trump. This bill would have kept the lights on for 3 more months and suspended federal borrowing limits for 2 years. Now, lawmakers have until midnight today to get something passed. What does a shutdown mean for you and me? Well, national parks could close, federal employees might be furloughed, and some essential services could face disruptions. Let's break that down. Imagine you're planning a family trip to Yellowstone. You might find the gates locked. Federal workers like TSA agents, postal workers, and even scientists working on critical research could be told to stay home. The ripple effects are massive, and it's not just a Washington issue. It's a nationwide one. This situation is also a stark reminder of the partisan gridlock that we have in Congress. It's not just about the budget. It's about leverage and power plays. Whether you lean left, right, or center, this affects all of us. Will they find a solution, or are we heading for chaos? Another question is, where is President Biden during this budget debate? Many have accused the president of quiet quitting, as he is yet to be seen taking a leadership role in the U.S. budget. Stick around for updates, as I'm sure we'll have more next week. Next up, let's talk about Georgia. A state appeals court has disqualified Fulton County DA Fani Willis from prosecuting Donald Trump in an election interference case. However, this doesn't mean Trump's off the hook. The indictment stands, but someone else will have to take the case over. So, what does this mean in practical terms? The decision could delay proceedings, giving Trump's legal team more time to strategize. It also raises question about impartiality and whether prosecutors in high-profile cases can remain unbiased. Is this justice in action, or just another chapter in America's political drama? One key issue that this ruling could bring is finding someone to prosecute this case. While prosecution of President-elect Trump is expected to be stalled until after his presidential term, there are other defendants in the case that can still be prosecuted. It will be interesting to see if the prosecutors move forward with another district attorney. Should this case continue to be tried, or is it just another example of weaponized justice? Let me know your thoughts. Let's shift gear to labor news. First, Amazon workers have launched a strike that could delay holiday deliveries. Their demands? Better wages, reasonable workloads, and improved working conditions. And they're not alone. Starbucks employees in 3 major cities are also striking, calling for similar changes like guaranteed hours and health care benefits. These strikes highlight a growing trend. Workers are saying enough is enough. The pandemic showed us how essential these jobs are and how these workers want their contributions recognized. But let's dig a little deeper. How do these strikes affect small towns where Amazon warehouses are major employers? What about customers who rely on these services? It's a complex issue with no easy answers. If you've been affected by these strikes or have thoughts, hit me up on social media. I'd love to hear your take. All right, let's take a breather from some of the serious stuff and talk about something a little more uplifting. Sports. The United States women's national soccer team is still the best in the world, topping the FIFA rankings again. This comes after their Olympic gold medal win under coach Emma Hayes. It's a testament to their hard work and consistency. What makes this achievement even sweeter is the backdrop of increasing competitions in women's soccer. Teams from Europe and South America are stepping up their game, making the U.S. women's national team dominance even more impressive. It's not just about winning, it's about inspiring the next generation of athletes. Congrats to the U.S. women's national team. You make us proud. Back to the serious stuff. Inflation is finally easing, finally giving consumers and policymakers a bit of breathing room. This is great news for anyone who's been feeling the pinch at the grocery store or gas pump. But don't celebrate too soon. Some experts are warning of a potential recession next year in 2025. So what's driving these trends? Well, lower energy prices and improved supply chains are helping, but consumer spending is still high. It's a double-edged sword, really. While spending boosts the economy, it could also lead to more interest rate hikes. Balancing optimism with caution is tricky, but this is where we're at. If you've got tips for saving money or managing your finances, send them my way. We could all use a little help navigating these times. And remember, while inflation is down, prices are still up, and families are still feeling the pain of purchasing everyday needs. Will we see improvement with the new administration in 2025? Time will tell. In tech news, Tesla is recalling nearly 700,000 vehicles due to safety concerns. If you own a Tesla, now's the time to check if your model is affected. The issues range from software glitches to potential hardware failures, raising question about Tesla's quality control. Is the company growing too fast to maintain its standards? Owner notification letters are expected to be mailed out to owners on February 15th of next year. Tesla customer service can be reached at 1-877-798-3752 for more information. You can also call the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration Vehicle Safety Hotline at 1-888-327-4236 or visit their website at nhtsa.gov. That's www.nhtsa.gov. Meanwhile, the FAA has implemented temporary drone restrictions in parts of New Jersey and New York. These measures aim to enhance safety during the busy holiday travel season. Drones are cool, but they can pose serious risks to airplanes and public spaces. If you're a drone enthusiast, make sure you're up to date on these new rules if you're in that area. The mysterious drone sightings on the East Coast have continued throughout the week. The federal government is still investigating these sightings, but have yet to determine who is behind these drone sightings. Finally, let's talk about the weather. Severe storms are sweeping across the U.S., disrupting holiday travel plans. Airports like Chicago's O'Hare have issued ground stops due to snow, and road conditions are dangerous in many areas. Winter weather can be unpredictable, and it's throwing a wrench into most people's holiday plans. If you're traveling, make sure to pack extra snacks, a blanket, and a good dose of patience. Got a good travel holiday story? Let me know. Maybe we'll do a special on those as well in the future. And that's a wrap for this week's episode of Just a Dude Podcast. I want to thank you for joining me as we broke down the biggest stories in the news this week. Remember, staying informed doesn't have to be boring. If you enjoyed this episode, hit that subscribe button and leave a review. Got a story you want me to cover? Reach out on social media or via email. I'm always open to your suggestions. Until next time, I'm Nathan, just a dude talking about the news. Stay safe, stay curious, and happy holidays.